Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live.
Woo! Hell yeah!
What is up, Russ?
Fucking awesome, dude.
How you been this week?
I'm fighting a cold, but I'm hanging in there, man. We're doing all right. We're getting it.
We're down a Hobbit for a little bit until he gets his ass home.
Yeah, he's got child duty. We don't know how that is.
Yeah, Jesus.
He's got little ones
Better
to deal
him
with.
than me, man. Better him
Dude.
than me.
You know, it's funny thing. I don't know about you, but like my kids are adults. They're full on grown. Like your boy is pretty older.
Yeah.
He's a teenager, right? There's times when I have good and fond memories of when my kids were little, but I don't miss that time either though. Like I remember, I enjoy the fact that like my kids are grown now and like I ain't gotta like worry about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, for me, it's the race to get them to 18.
Absolutely. Right? Get them to that age.
Yeah, and get them to 18 without having a record or fucking being expelled, hopefully with a high school diploma.
Yep. Yeah. That's what it is. If you can get them to 18 and they're not in prison, you've done something. And they hopefully they can just be good adults. I don't need I don't need Tom Brady as my son. I need just some dude that doesn't get in trouble. That's all I want. Absolutely. That's it. Just give me just give me a
drama-free child, please.
That's it. That's drama-free, no stress,
No police at my door.
Right.
I do not want that.
Oh God, what a nightmare. Oh. No. And I've got friends of mine who have got so much bullshit they got to deal with their kids. Oh my God, dude. And I feel bad for them, man. I'm like, you poor bastards. I hear stories and I know my friend Keith, man. His daughter is about killed his ass. He told me, he said she's gonna be the death of me. Girls been in and out of jail, man. She's only like 24 years. She's 24 years old. She's already like been done like stints in jail like 3 times. And he's like, man, girls killing me. And I was like, I said, yes.
Bet.
It's terrible, dude.
I know with the troubles, like, and I'm not saying he's a bad kid by any means or stretch.
Right.
I know the little bit of troubles that, like, I've had with Cal. If it was a girl, I'd be going absolutely fuck nuts.
Yeah, I think it's, especially for dads, I think it's worse if it's a girl.
Yeah.
Because if it's a girl, you're so much more protective, And I know nowadays that's probably like that's sexist. Yep, it is.
Absolutely. I'll fucking take it.
Me too. Like, I'm sorry, can't control it. I feel the way I feel, but oh my God, this is
I did the fucking touchdown dance when at the ultrasound they said it was a boy.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Kate will never let me live that down. Never.
Well, when we found out Rhea was a girl, RJ and I both went, oh. Because I think what it was more of like, what do we do with a girl? Oh man, it was funny.
Jesus.
Oh, that's so good though. So what you been up to, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, man. I've just been chilling.
You're nice. Hell yeah, man. Shit.
I've been playing some NBA 2K. That's about it.
Oh man, I got back into Jedi Fallen Order and I played that and I beat that, but I want to go back in now and like finish it to 100% completion. So I beat the main storyline, but now I want to like go in and get all the stuff I missed. All that crazy shit. And then I started playing, I started creating a new season of Madden, and decided to be the Jacksonville Jaguars because, they suck real good. So,
dude, they fucking.
I don't know. They've done all right this year, though. I'll tell you what. I know they lost to the Chiefs, but they did all right, man. They hung in there, man. Good game. So, but no, man, it's been shit. It's been good, man.
I have paid the least amount of attention to football this year at all.
Well, I don't blame you though. I mean, you're a Browns fan. It's been kind of rough, dude.
I was just like, I was joking, because of the suspension. I was like, yeah, the season doesn't start till week 12. Well, fuck, the season started and it ain't that great.
I hear you. You're like, hey man, what the hell? Sorry, dude. Try to mute it before I sneeze, but I couldn't get there.
Dude, it's okay, man. Shit, I appreciate you coming on.
I'm trying to keep people from hearing me blow my nose and shit.
Man. So, dude, fucking Jay Briscoe. Oh shit, you're muted again.
No, I'm good. I hear you. Yeah, man. So yeah, I was shocked when I heard about it. I just read about it when you hit it up and put it up in the chat. And I was like, yeah, I just heard about it when I was reading a story about it. And then I heard about some more details, the next day. As kids were in the car with him and shit. And like one of them is hurt is in like, I think I don't know if she's improved or not. I haven't heard any progress, but she was in critical condition, and the other one was in serious but stable condition. So I think one of them is definitely worse off than the other. I'm hoping his kids are going to be okay though. I really am. I mean, it's bad enough we lost him. You
gotta think about that fucking family.
Yeah, Jesus. that's crazy, dude. I mean, you're talking about two guys, man, who have been in the game since they were like young themselves. And
dude, he was younger than me.
Yeah. I mean, and they've been him and his brother, man, they've been involved in this shit since they were like 18. They were teenagers.
Yeah.
When they got involved in pro wrestling, and guys busted their asses to make a name for themselves, doing shows all around the world, everywhere they could work, they were working, and never a stint in the WWE. Not WWE guys, they're not, they were they made their name without the WWE, which is really tough to do in pro wrestling because they were making their name before even AEW was around, and just taking advantage of all the other New Japan and and Ring of Honor, and just amazing, dude. They've had some incredible matches in Ring of Honor. It is just amazing. I know we were talking, me and a guy I work with were talking about like who do we think are like the best tag teams over the last 10 years. And I said, well, and he was talking about the Bucks and everything. I said, yeah, I can see that. And I said, but I said, the Brisket is, man, they gotta be right up there, man. Right up there. They're good. They put on a good show, they're good in the ring. So I don't know. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I don't even know what his brother's got to be crushed. I'm sure.
Definitely.
It's
like those kids are gonna have survivor's guilt too.
I bet. Yeah,
it's gonna be horrible.
It is. It's gonna be tough, man. I just feel for the family so much, man. And it's incredible how no one should ever have that kind of shit happen. It's like, damn, dude. But apparently it was a truck driver apparently just veered into the into lane and hit him, and it was hit him head on collision. And they're not. I haven't heard anything about the truck driver, whether he was drunk or because it happened during the day, from what I understand. It wasn't like nighttime or anything; it was daytime. So, but one thing. I wish we had Rob in here because Rob could tell us. I mean, there are truck drivers out there who don't follow the rules and they drive too long, and the motherfuckers are falling asleep behind the wheel and shit, and it's insane, dude, and unfortunately this is a terrible accident that happened because somebody just fucked up, and it's just horrible. I don't know but Jesus, man. And then we were just talking about it earlier, they're trying to do AEW wants to do a tribute show, and that shit gets shut down. You can't do that, like what the hell? I don't get that.
Hey, Ralphie.
Hey, what's up, Ralphie? How you doing, Bubba?
Love you too, brother.
The man, the myth, the legend.
But yeah, like that's fucked up what Warner Brothers did to AEW. I
I
understand.
think so.
I understand when someone's controversial in life,
Right?
but
Yeah.
at,
Yeah.
at the same time, like I don't think like dying makes you a saint either.
No, it
But
doesn't. It doesn't. But at the same time, yeah.
if someone wants to remember you,
Yeah.
like it should be allowed
This is
to be
true. This
said.
is true.
You know.
No, that shit happens way too much with people sometimes too. So I get you on that where you got a motherfucker that's like been not a good person. They die, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden everyone wants to talk about them like they were a good person. It's like,
Right.
listen, they weren't a good person. I mean, it's terrible that they died, but they're not a good person, you know. But at the same time, I'm a believer. No one's perfect anyway. We all have done shit that we
Yeah.
regret probably, or we've all been not good people at one time in our lives or another, you know. And some of us probably feel a certain way about things that's not very popular. I get that too. But
Just as much as people want to protest Jay Briscoe, the
right.
people that love Jay Briscoe have just as much right to say what they want to say.
Absolutely, absolutely. They have just as much right to grieve for
Yeah.
him, and and remember him fondly. So
Mhm.
I just think that the contributions that they made toward the business of pro wrestling, just toward the
Yeah.
have been unreal. They caused, in my opinion, they caused tag team wrestling to have to stay with one of the tag teams that caused it to step up
Yeah.
and have to get better. Just all wrestling had to get better. I'm not saying they did it on their own, but they were one of those teams that those
Yeah.
guys that and you know giving us giving people a good option other than the WWE to
Right.
see
And
really
that
talented people.
and that's the thing. Since the WWE has been on top, that's what's really taken a backseat is tag team wrestling. Women's
Agreed.
wrestling has come to the forefront in
Yep.
recent times, and tag team wrestling has been relegated mostly to jokes.
No, that's true. That's true. It's not. I mean, there's not even really like a legit tag team division in
Yeah.
the WWE, right? Really, I mean,
Right.
they kind of have to throw
With
teams together.
WWE being the big dog, that's what gets petered out to the general public.
Right, right. Even though you could argue there
Like,
are better workers. You could argue there's better
I mean, I
characters.
love the Bucks. I like
Oh, I love the
people.
Bucks too.
People hate them. People hate them, and I
Oh, I
like
know.
FTR. I like FTR.
Same here. Same here. Yep. Big
I
fan.
can appreciate both as being
Yep.
valuable parts of wrestling.
I agree. I agree. I'm a. I just
And
yeah
heel bucks are the best bucks.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'm it's unfair for me because I'm always a fan of the heels anyway, so
Word,
but
Ralphie, that is a good joint. Where are the
yeah.
fabulous Freebirds or the Road Warriors?
I
Fuck, just
know.
give me a demolition.
Yeah, I
We are the X.
yeah,
Yeah.
their theme music was kind of like I didn't appreciate it back when I was a kid. I thought it was
Or
stupid when I was
hell,
a kid.
look at this
I like it
fucking
now,
t-shirt. The fucking Faces of Fear, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just
Love them.
yeah, man. I I mean, like I said, I was a big mark for the Heart Foundation. I also like the British Bulldogs.
Give me a
But
better shoot tag
you
team
know,
than the Faces of Fear.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one. I don't
Because
know.
that's Haku and the Barbarian.
Right, right. And they were like really good. They were good, dude. I mean, god damn. I don't know. I really, as I told you before, I was a big fan of the Nasty Boys. I love the
Mhm.
Nasty Boys. And it's so funny because mostly everyone else I feel like hated them. but I
Uh,
loved them. I don't know.
I wasn't a big Nasty Boys fan, and
I just thought they were so over the top.
gasp! I wasn't a big Heart Foundation fan either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Heart Foundation
To me,
was
the Heart Foundation was boring as hell. Like the team I liked in the '80s was the Dream Team.
the Dream Team.
Hell yeah, that was Brutus and Greg
Oh,
Valentine.
that's right. That's right. I do remember them. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's when like Brutus started getting a big push because he was gonna be like Hulk's lieutenant. Because Ed Leslie and Terry,
That was before he became the barber, right? It was
yeah,
just Brutus Beefcake before he became Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
yeah, yeah. Ralphie's right here. There's also a lack of dynasties like the Von Erichs.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Well,
don't. Well,
there is. Well, you can say that, but there is one dynasty on top of wrestling right now,
that's true.
and
That's
that's
true.
the Anoa dynasty.
Yeah, yeah. They run the show right now, man. They're
Yeah,
all they've got all the belts. They've got
yeah.
they're and you
I'm
know
actually interested in seeing if it's going to be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, or The Rock, or who the hell they're going to put up against Roman Reigns at Mania.
yeah, I hope it's not The Rock. So I'm done with The Rock as a pro wrestler. I just
Yeah.
am. I'm he's to me he's moved on to the movie star thing. That's cool. He can come back and make an appearance and talk some shit
Mhm.
every now and then, but I just don't want to see him in the ring anymore. But I don't know. I want to see him and Kevin Owens have a couple of matches. I want to see him go back and forth a little bit because I feel like
Yeah.
last time there wasn't enough of it, and I didn't even get enough Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. I felt like it sort of ended, like just ended, after that
But like,
was an Iron Man match they had or whatever. So um
is that the move, and then go straight into Kevin versus Sammy?
yeah, probably because I don't know. I'm thinking they're gonna have
Because I'm thinking Sammy Reigns could be at Mania too.
could be it could be I damn dude, can you imagine? See, that's what I think. Because it's all setting up for either Sammy to turn on them or they're going to turn on Sammy, right?
Yeah.
One of the two, and I think it's going to set up for you know, Sammy to have a match. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they'll have him. They're going to have him beat
Pivot,
Roman Reigns
or they
probably, but
pivot into Sammy KO and something else with Roman.
they could. Yeah, yeah.
Like Drew McIntyre.
See, I was wondering if they were.
Why would Drew McIntyre ever main event a WrestleMania?
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
almost as bad as Sheamus. Sheamus was was a serious main event wrestler.
Yeah. No, no, I remember when Sheamus first came into the WWE. He had a hell of a run, man. Good lord, he was winning everything, man. That guy was amazing. I don't know. I
Okay. And even though he's getting probably the biggest push he's ever had right now,
yeah, it's
Finn
definitely
Balor. What the fuck with Finn Balor, bro?
Let me ask you a question about this. Let me see how you all right. Like like two heel factions that they have right now that I feel like they're wasting. Okay, are Bailey and her little crew, damage control. I feel
Yeah.
like they're just
Okay.
wasting those girls away. They're not doing anything with them. They're just
Right.
not. I know they have the world tag team titles, but it's like they're not accomplishing anything. It's just lame. So, I and the other team I think is the Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Was it Ray?
I almost said the Disciples of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I
That's
can't remember what
not
they're
it.
called now. But
Oh God,
Ray, I'm not Ray, but Dominic
the
Mysterio and Dominic, and how would
no,
he?
Dominic is like
He's so
talking.
funny, dude.
Yo,
He's so
he's
good.
talking like a kid who just saw American Me for the first time.
Yeah, and look, he's like, he spent
this
one night
shit could happen to you.
yeah, we were one night in jail, and he's like, dude, I was locked up in the pen. When you were in the big house, that kind of shit don't fly, man. Yeah, it's so funny, dude. Oh man, he's amazing. I love it.
Oh
Yeah, he's.
God. Oh God, but what is that faction?
Oh God. Yeah, Jesus Christ, I can't remember their damn names. It's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, it's bad. But they're not. This is why I mean we can't remember the name of the damn faction. And I think it's because they're doing nothing with them. I feel like they're wasting them away, man. It's like, come on, guys, utilize them. Have them.
Rhea Ripley should be
Oh,
every champion,
dude, it's time for her to win it. Like I was not happy when they brought her up to the roster and put the belt on her right away. And I got
hold on. I think something about slipped out of your mouth. I think that you were suggesting that Rhea Ripley they should pull a Tessa Blanchard.
Well, no, I don't know about that. I just want them to
IC title.
Yeah, I mean that would be really cool. I mean, because she's kind. I'm not saying she's China, but dude, she stands up to guys all the time. She's like in her dudes' faces and shit, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I mean,
so
I don't know.
Do you ultimately legitimize that?
That's what I mean, and I think I feel like the WWE is never going to do that again. They're just not going to do that. I just don't think they're going to. It's bad enough
because
they led her.
The last time they did that with China.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho is on record as saying that China was one of the worst wrestlers he had the pleasure of being.
And I think part of that is because if you think about it, I don't think China got the training that she should have had. I don't think she truly got the training.
I think the amount of training that she had to do to maintain that fucking physique
probably
precluded any wrestling training.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. And it's
supposedly she was trained by Kowalski and Mr. Levesque.
If she was trained by if they trained her, I gotta tell you, man, they didn't do a good job because I agree with Jericho. I mean, watching her in the ring, you could just see it was when she looked good. I'll tell you when she looked good when she wrestled women. Because she could just be the powerhouse and throw them around and stuff, and that worked for her. That'd be okay. But when she actually has to do any kind of technical or anything like that, she was dreadful, man. Dreadful. I mean, I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead either. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I like China for what she was. She was meant to be this big, hulking, bodyguard outside the ring interfere kind of person. That was supposed to be her thing. And when they decided to utilize her and put her up against men, it was like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing here. Okay, but I found it far-fetched that she was beating these dudes' asses. I just did, man. There's no way I could take a match seriously between her and Jericho and have her actually giving Jericho a real fight. I mean, come on, man. I couldn't. Oh man, it didn't. Wow, the Eagles are up 28-0 with 43 seconds left in the half. Well, can you say ass whooping?
0 viewers right now because we're up against the Giants.
Oh God, yeah, that's probably the ones watching. They're like, fuck that, man. Oh, they if you're a Giants fan, you should turn this shit. Y'all should turn that shit off because they done, dude. The Eagles school run up another 21 points on their asses in the second half. Shit. They haven't studied. I'm serious. They haven't just showed they can stop Philly hardly at all, man. On offense, the Eagles are just moving the ball down the field, man. It's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been nice.
Man. And like it's been eerie that there's been no movement on the Vince WWE bullshit.
Well, I mean, I know supposedly the sale has been blocked for a second. It can't they're and I don't know. I suppose Triple H and Stephanie are against it, and they're trying to fight it. You fight against the sale. I don't know if they can. I don't know what they can do to stop it. But
I've heard that, and then like it's been explained that Vince's shares are called Class B shares,
right,
and Vince has 81% control of the company.
right. So he's supposed to be. I mean, he's got the stroke to do it. I don't. I don't know. I don't see how they're going to stop it, but whatever. They're going to. I just want to know who he's selling to. That's all I want to know. I'm just dying to know who's going to buy it. If he sells it, because if he sells it to the wrong people, I just feel like the company is going to be in deep trouble, man. I really don't believe pro wrestling fans, the core base of pro wrestling fans, is going to want to watch and support a pro wrestling company that is like that they're going to deem un-American, if it's sold to the wrong people. That's all. I'm just
because like a huge part of wrestling's fan base is America.
That's right. It's right. It's the heartland of America. The grungy grind guys of America. The motherfuckers that I don't know that they're the guys that are like men and women that are like simple folk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just I'm not convinced that it's going to be that'll work. I think he's going to have to sell to somebody that can kind of hold the whole and say, look, we're American. We're an American company. We can do this. So it's I don't know. I was thinking that NBC and who's NBC's parent company?
Universal.
Okay. Why would they have been Paramount, right? Paramount or whatever. Yeah. That's another movie company under that. I mean, why not? So. Why not? Why not have? They're not Paramount. That's CBS. They're associated with CBS. Sorry, wrong one.
Sorry.
Yeah, the wrong one. Why not? But why not have?
It's hard to keep them all.
It is.
Straight.
They've already got the deal for the network. Why not? Why not just sell them the rest of it? I mean, but
and they're like one of my arguments is like for Disney or Universal is the fact that WWE has been wanting a physical place for their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I heard about that. That they want to actually brick and mortar, like place, and that'd be kind of badass, wouldn't it? To go into, I mean, imagine going into a pro wrestling Hall of Fame. I can only imagine what kind of cool shit they might have up in there,
Dude. Okay, there's a quick thing here. Might take a while. Imagine if like that was Disneyfied.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I just watched the latest DC animated movie.
Which one did you watch?
The Super Sons.
Oh, what did you think? Is it bad? Is it really bad? Or is it just kind of vanilla?
No, I thought it was fine. Like,
did you? Okay.
It was decent and it was funny. And Damien.
That's Damien, right? Damien.
Yeah, Damien.
And what's his name?
Damien.
Connor. No, not Connor.
Awesome prick. But no, Jonathan Kent.
Jonathan. The younger one. That's like Lois and Superman's kid, right?
If you look at the new art style of the DC universe, it's Disneyfied, man.
Is it?
The shape of the eyes, the way the animation is, it's like a soft like image of what Disney's been doing forever with like
yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
That's interesting. I don't know. That's interesting that they changed their animation style like that to where it looks. It's kind of like, I don't want to say silly, like silly looking or anything like that, but it sounds like it's a lot more like toon looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cartoon looking instead of
And
that's
I can't decide if I like it or not. Like I thought
yeah,
Damien was really fucking cool, man. Like
yeah, yeah. Was Damien like a total dick to him? That's kind of
yes,
funny.
absolutely, dude.
I like
First
it.
time all right, spoiler cuz
Yeah.
it's come out a little bit ago. Like the first time they meet, fucking Damien pushes him down the fucking shaft of the Batcave.
What is like to see if he can fly or something like that, or to see what he can do if he has any powers or
Yeah.
whatever. It's funny as
Yeah.
shit, dude. Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
poor kid.
Oh.
It's hilarious though.
Yo, Ralphie brought up a point about when we were talking about wrestling. There's also a lack of dynasties like the Von Erichs.
Yeah,
Did you know
yeah,
there's a Von Erich movie in production?
yeah. I heard about
Well,
it. Yeah,
is it Zach Efron or who is that?
I is it Zac Efron? I'm not sure who's
I'm
starring in
not
it.
sure.
I just heard about the story. They're going to kind of
Mhm.
do the story of the family.
Yeah,
And and probably in all the it's going to go over all the horrific shit that happened with the family, and
yeah.
family members and stuff. It's dude, that Von Erich family, they kind of are a tragedy in life. They're a tragic. It's a tragic story, man. They just lost so many members of the family. It's
Yeah.
nuts, man. I don't know. But at the same time, it's like they were probably at one point you could say that they were like the first family of pro wrestling, man. I mean, they were like it's so many of them got into the business. It was weird, man. I don't know.
Kerry was probably a cunt's hair away from being the WWE champion at some
Yeah,
point.
remember all the
The fucking Texas tornado shit.
yes, absolutely. And he was, dude,
He
fans
was
loved him,
wrestling
man.
and he was wrestling on one fucking leg.
Fans loved him though too. His look had it all. He had what everyone loved back in those days. Um, you know, it's what got the Ultimate Warrior over. That's that same stupid look. Big bulk body, you know, um, had the long hair with the. And I don't know, he just and
Then he
yeah,
killed
what
himself.
was the deal with his leg? Was his leg like it was just an injury or something that
Motorcycle accident.
God damn, dude. That is
Mangled
crazy.
his leg, man. And
That
like,
is
yeah, it was right at the boot line.
Jesus. That's crazy. And he still kept on working, huh? I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let's go. But see, back in
Fucking
those days,
nuts.
there's a lot of those guys were badasses, man. They didn't let shit stop them from working, dude. They would keep on going, man. Because back in those days, they got paid only if they actually worked. You had to work to get paid, man. So you couldn't like fuck around. I mean, we're talking about pre WCW days before the guaranteed contracts and shit. Where the only guys that were getting paid without working were like guys like Hulk Hogan and those big dogs. But there wasn't too many of those guys.
Yeah.
Um, most of the pro wrestlers they ain't make shit unless they worked. So you know it's come a long way from what it was, but it still ain't where it should be. But it's come a long way from what it used to be. I mean, at least some of these people can actually they can make money if they're injured. They still have a way to make income. But because they get a percentage they get royalties from their merchandise and shit like that. But but it's still if they're not working, if you got a pro wrestler that's out of work for like 8 months because of an injury, they lose a lot of income. That's a lot of money lost.
Yeah.
They still lose money. So it's back in those days though. Those motherfuckers didn't let shit stop them from working. They had to be practically dead. Yeah,
Like fucking Harley Race and them motherfuckers.
yeah, man. Yeah, those are. I mean, the real Iron Men of pro wrestling. Where they would be fucked up and still go in the ring, you know, and do shit
Yeah.
and still put on a good match. Yeah, that's what's crazy.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I want to steer us in a different direction.
No, it sounds good, but it sounds good.
Aren't you a big Nightwing fan?
I do like Nightwing. Yep, because Dick Grayson was my favorite Robin.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Nightwing fan. Yeah.
All right, this week, fucking Nightwing 100 came out.
I saw that what you put up in the chat. I saw that.
So basically, the Justice League is not around after Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay. All right.
They're just letting the fucking Titans take over, and the Titans are building a new Titans tower in Bloodhaven on top of a like asylum or something that like almost like a city prison, almost like Rikers Island, I think.
Okay.
And so they're building a Titans tower there instead and freeing the prisoners.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
Holy shit.
But like, so the Titans are taking over for the Justice League.
Okay, so they're going to kind of be like the new Justice League.
Dick Grayson is going to be like the new Batman head of the DC universe going forward.
Holy shit.
And
so what are the other guys doing? Is everyone else just going to retire?
I don't know. Like what it looks like they're setting up is like the Titans are going to take care of everything Earthbound.
Okay.
And the Justice League, it looks like they're looking for like the next event to pop off to launch the new Justice League.
All right, so there was Justice League going to basically cover the interstellar shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Man, it kind of makes sense. They got the watchtower up there.
Yeah.
They can keep an eye on any of those any motherfuckers want to destroy
Darkseid,
the Earth.
the Sparrow, Mongol, anybody that want to fucking do out there.
Yeah. That's incredible though, shit.
No. And so like the fucking panel I shared was fucking Nightwing and Bruce sharing a hug with Nightwing saying, "I love you, Dad."
Call him Dad.
I have to believe that's like the first time in continuity that's happened.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever called him Dad before. Never. No. I never saw it. I don't recall it. It's, if anything, Nightwing always kind of had a contemptuous relationship with Bruce Wayne.
Like big brother, little brother.
Sort of something like that.
Yeah, it seems like a direct like shift from that.
Yeah, and it's sort of I don't know,
like a torch passing almost.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like to me too.
Yeah,
almost like you. Yeah.
So that's Nightwing 100.
But I will say this about Batman and Nightwing's relationship: it's always been kind of like, you know, if Batman needs somebody that he can trust, it's going to be him. You know, that he goes to that's outside. You know, I mean, he's the one. He's the one who, you know, he says keep it in the family. There's only certain people he's talking about. You know, Nightwing's one of those people. You know, and he's kind of like the one who was. Remember, it was funny. Remember, he was supposed to. He is like Damian is Bruce Wayne's legit son.
Yeah.
But the one who's slated to air to like, if Bruce Wayne dies, shit's willed to Dick.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. But no wonder Damian hates the motherfucker. Yeah.
Yo. Damian's been on a tear, man. Like, they have him as like this major player in Final Crisis. Like, he put together a team with him and Power Girl and like some new chick called Red Canary.
Oh, Red Canary, holy shit.
So like, yeah, so now we have Black Canary, White Canary, and Red Canary.
Right. Damn, dude.
Yeah, so she kind of like, her costume is like, it could be mistaken for like an interpretation of Batwoman.
Okay.
With that black and red motif.
Yeah. I understand. Okay. That's, yeah. Does she have like the powers of like the same powers as like?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
It seems just like she can kick ass, and that's about it.
That's good enough. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta tell you, so I gotta make a confession to you about something.
Yeah.
You know how I used to dog Damien out a lot. I gotta tell you, I recently watched the Titans movie what's it the Judas Contract.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, and then I watched the Titans versus the Justice League. And that was a good one as well. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah.
Damien has grown on me a little bit. I kind of like him now. I think he's all right, man. I think he's pretty cool. I hated his ass at first, man, but now I mean he's just grown on me. I kind of enjoy his snarkiness now. I like the way I sort of like the way and the boy can handle himself.
Yeah.
So I like him now. He's grown on me. I was laughing when I said, "Oh, motherfucker ain't so bad." Shit. All right. I still don't know where I still not sure. I think I'd have to rank him higher amongst the Robin rankings now than I used to rank him.
Like people keep saying that Tim Drake is the best strategist Robin.
Well, I don't know if that's true though, because
my boy Damien was raised by Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, we all know that's a scheming strategist like you wouldn't believe. He's.
And then the boy's mother was Talia al Ghul.
You're probably talking about the only two people that brains wise can keep up with Batman. That can fuck with Batman. Mentally. Because I think Talia is pretty goddamn intellectual herself. And yeah, no, so you're right. I mean, you give him some credit. I think what it is because he's when you see Damien younger, he's like comes across like a snot-nosed little shit that even though he might have a lot of knowledge, he acts like a little bitch, so you don't think he would take advantage of the knowledge,
Yeah.
But they've aged him up a little bit in the animated movies. And so he's not like he was in The Son of Batman, which, that was the movie I thought he was a little pistol shit. I don't know how Batman didn't smack his ass around, but but when you see his age double, he's starting to, it's like he's starting to understand that and get it. He's getting it a little bit more, Now he's still a badass, but
that DC
I don't know.
animated movie that I was talking about, it seems to be like their new,
is that the new style?
Style going forward, and
yeah,
Damien was pretty fucking funny, man.
I gotta see that. I gotta watch that.
It's on HBO Max.
Is it? I'm gonna have to check it out because I want to see the new animated. I heard they were changing their animation style. I heard about that. I heard they were doing, but I didn't know if it was going to be a permanent change and it sounds like it is.
I still gotta watch the Green Lantern one with Jon Stewart. I haven't watched that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. So I gotta watch that too. And those are that's a newer one too, isn't it?
Yeah,
it hasn't been out around very long. So okay,
that's been out for a little bit, for a few months.
Has it?
But I just haven't checked it out. Yo, and we got.
Either.
I've been threatening to do this forever, but we got the DC solicits for April.
Nice.
So I figured we could go through them if you want.
Well, sounds good.
Cool. We got Green Arrow #1 by Joshua Williamson.
Huh. Okay.
So let's see.
Let me ask you, are you a fan of Green Arrow?
Not really.
I've always kind of considered him sort of like a B character.
So for some reason, Black Canary's on the covers. So it says it will take Oliver Queen's whole family to find him.
Yeah. Did Black Canary and him have like a relationship or something?
They're married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I figured it was something like that.
The new they got a Superboy Man of Tomorrow coming out. This can be Connor Kent. I don't know the creative team on that, but
That
here's the yeah.
I like now. See, I like Connor as a character because I just kind of like him the way he comes into existence. He was like a clone, and he just kind of
Yeah.
I kind of dig that he's got some of Lex Luthor and some of Superman in him.
I hope they play into that shit. I like that.
I do too. I do too. On Titans, they
Yeah.
the live action of Titans, they've played into that pretty good, where he's embracing his Lex Luthor side. Probably a
Cool.
little too much for Dick's face, but
The next one they got coming up is Adventures of Superman John Kent, which is Superman's son. Like with
like grown up.
Lois. Yeah, he's looking like a teenager now.
Ah, okay. So, is he going by Superboy, or is he going to go by
Superman?
Superman? Okay,
Yeah.
because I thought Connor was the one who went by Superboy.
Yeah,
But
Connor's going by Superboy.
Okay.
It says so. This is Adventures of Superman.
Okay. All right.
So I guess we're 2 and 3 months into the DC revamp after Dark Crisis.
So it sounds like they're aging people up a bit then too.
Yeah.
They're aging characters
Superman
up.
number 3, Joshua Williamson is on Superman, which is I think should be pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and
okay.
look at this.
Now what's Joshua Williams? What else has Joshua Williamson done?
He's done some of the Black Label stuff for DC that's been really good.
Okay.
I really like that shit from him.
Okay.
He did something else, and it's not going to come to me right now. That I really like. My kid really likes his run on Flash.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he worked on Flash.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Action Comics 1054 is a Superman and Natasha Iron's story. She's the niece of Steel.
So, she's the niece. So, what the hell? So, okay, like Superman's niece.
Well, Steel's niece
or Steel's niece. Okay, yeah. Steel was like the metal Superman, right?
Yeah, the black.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember now. All right, yeah. That's interesting.
Then we got a Harley Quinn book.
Now like some Anna's into.
She's doing someone with Zatanna.
Oh, okay. All right. That's an interesting pair.
We got a Doom Patrol book.
Doom Patrol is pretty cool. I like Doom Patrol. That's pretty good shit right there.
The Grant Morrison run is fucking amazing. If you ever
I've read some of Grant Morrison stuff. The older I call it older now. It's not, it is older, but I got into Doom Patrol because of the live action show, and then I started looking into comics because I just thought I was fascinated by the characters. So that's pretty fun though. Yeah. And
so Batman is being written by Chip Zdarsky. Now the freaking cool thing is one of the variant covers is going to be done by Joe Quesada. Because Joe Quesada used to run Marvel until he just recently retired from there. So now he's free to do covers and whatever he wants for whoever he wants.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right. So you can. Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah. Then we got Detective Comics coming up. Looks like a good art style. Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, number 6. Mark Silvestri's been writing this. Bill Sienkiewicz has been doing covers. I like his art style. Like he was the dude that used to do the really out there New Mutants covers.
Oh, cool.
With like Warlock and shit.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of cool. They got this comic called The Riddler Year One. It's written by Paul Dano, the actor that was the Riddler.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, damn.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, man. And so, a lot of people have gotten behind it because like there's some really cool variants. Like Bill Sienkiewicz has done a cover for it. Steven Subic has done one. Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, did one.
Oh wow! All right.
Then I haven't heard of this author. Listen to me, this cover artist before, but Joshua Hickson did a 1 in 25 variant.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucking cool. Then we've got part of their the other part of DC's like revamp. It looks like is this Lazarus Planet shit.
Oh wow! All right. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so this one is called Revenge of the Gods. So it's Wonder Woman responsible for the destruction wrought by the gods she's worshipped all her life.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I love it.
So Olympus itself trembles as Shazam's wizard takes revenge on his former champion. So it's Wonder Woman and Shazam shit, written by G. Willow Wilson, Becky Cloonan, and Michael Conrad.
That sounds fun. That might be an interesting read.
Crazy looking fucking cover with Shazam looking all emaciated and like Zeus behind him with the lightning bolt on his chest and in his hands.
That's badass.
Then they're doing another issue of Revenge of the Gods. It looks like Wonder Woman fighting somebody. I can't tell who it is. Superman Lost by Christopher Priest.
Huh.
It's about Superman coming home and like he was being so far out past Earth that it took him 20 years to get home at top speed.
Oh, holy shit.
And so like what he comes home to after that. DC Speechless. So that's like a silent comic they're doing. Icon versus Hardware. Static Shock, Shadows of Dakota, #3.
Now, Static Shock, is a Static Shock grown, or is he like younger?
No, it looks like he's same teenager in this that he.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm glad that Milestones had a comeback.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Sandman, Nightmare Country, The Glass House, #1. Written by James Tynion IV. He wrote a really good run on Batman. His run on Talon was really good too.
Oh, nice.
All right, then we just get into the like collections. So DC stuff is kind of interesting coming through this. I want to see like that's as far forward as we have, like,
right.
Solicit's Force. That's all we know that's coming from DC.
Now, when are a lot of these starting? Like in the like now, April. Or April? Everything starts in April.
Yeah, what's up, Eric? Sorry, I was on the Solicit page so we could talk about those. What is?
No, that's cool, dude. Shit,
yeah. Then we got the Marvel ones too.
I said, is Marvel rebooting anything or redoing anything?
Marvel coming up is, I was talking to some of the guys in the chat last night. They've got an event coming up with their X-Men that looks to be hopefully a reboot from like the abortive process they went through with Jonathan Hickman.
Okay.
Like Jonathan Hickman took over for House and Powers of X, and then like he got outvoted in his own editorial office about where the direction of the X-Men books should go.
Oh, no shit,
and
really.
How fast paced they were and how slowly plotted they were. Like the whole like first like 3 years of this House and Powers of X thing should have been in the first year was Hickman's like thing. He just wanted to fucking ram it all straight through, like bang through the main title.
Huh.
Damn. And like everybody picked it apart and went with this whole decompressed story. And it's sad because like anytime that Hickman has had a more free hand, it's been successful. Fantastic Four under Hickman is one of the greatest runs in Fantastic Four history. His run on Avengers is one of the best runs in Avengers history. Like Jonathan Hickman doesn't miss.
So he's good. I mean, he's a really good writer, so he does good shit. So I mean, I don't.
It's
It
so
always blows my
funny.
mind whenever you have a good writer. I mean, and they're having they have a good run on a comic. Like, why wouldn't you want that writer doing everything? You know, or anything and everything. I mean, but I know you can't overwork them too much. But I mean, you know, it's like I don't know.
And then you get their copycats because they become so popular.
Has Hickman ever done anything with Spider-Man?
Well, Secret War, I guess.
Secret War. Okay, I wonder if they thought about putting him on Spider-Man. If something can do with that.
Something he'd want to do.
Yeah, maybe not. It might not be. Maybe it's just not a character he's, you know, he's with. I mean, some of these guys they like the characters they want to write about. You know,
the crazy thing is like Hickman was, I think, considered like the main Marvel writer for a bit. Before him was Brian Michael Bendis. Both of them did great runs on Avengers, but when they hit the X-Men,
right?
Like it has to be considered a stumble for both of them.
Yeah. Huh.
I think Bendis' stint in DC has to be considered a stumble for him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, what did he do in DC?
He did a run on Superman that's pretty, you know,
is it just subpar or just average? Or
is it just there?
Yeah, nothing memorable about it. All right. I think some of these guys, though, too. I think there is a chance that some of them will take on a book, and they're writing these issues, and you know, like I think the X-Men are that's an amazing like book to be able to write, but at the same time, it's a tough book to write too, because you're trying to at the same time you don't want to like F up anything that's already been done. But you also need to like to put your own stamp on shit. Yeah. And the X-Men is kind of a tough one because the X-Men has always been kind of a one of those comics by Marvel that I've always felt had a real social, like some real life social issues in it. You know, racism kind of thing. You know, that kind of shit. You know, and when you're writing that stuff, you want to stay genuine to that.
And they have, if you want to be honest about it.
Yeah.
I don't like what they've done, but they have kept to the standard that the X-Men has set as,
right.
You know, taking on racial politics and,
right.
You know, the gay movement. And now all of the gender identity movement. I mean, it's X-Men has stayed with the times, and
yeah.
I mean, you have people that because the writers that I mentioned tried to take it away from like what's the undercurrent of what's happening now,
right?
What people want to see, what people want to hear about. And
see, that's dangerous to do that. But at the same time, I do understand the want to do it because you want to maybe put your own stamp on it, and it's
X-Men is its own animal that way. I feel.
Yeah, it is true. I think you're right. I sort of understand the issue with writing a book like that, though. With the Avengers, I feel like in the Avengers you can kind of get away with
the Avengers is pure fantasy.
It's exactly. You got it.
Yeah,
it's
pure power fantasy of like what the heck you want to see. Like the Avengers has always had those cool moments,
right?
Not that X-Men hasn't had their cool moments.
No, it has, but X-Men's like, more.
Yeah, you go back to like just even like in the 90s, the George Perez Avengers and the fucking panel of Thor saying, Ultron, I would have words with thee. And you know how that was even put on they tried to put that on screen, you know, but it didn't work because it just wasn't the same as the fucking panel.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like X-Men is more grounded in reality, closer to reality than the Avengers ever could be. That's all. I feel like
it's so crazy that in Marvel they're put together in the same universe.
Yeah.
Because look at how far in like film they've been their own franchises, not even touching each other.
True. That's true. No, you're right. It's wild because there's not. When I think about it too, even back in the '90s, when I was really early '90s, especially when I was really deeper into comic books, I don't remember a lot of crossover between the Avengers and X-Men. Maybe
it happened a few times.
Yeah, it did. Maybe single characters. More so than anything. I don't know that I remember. I think there was a couple times when maybe the groups did come into contact with each other, but
there was a dedicated X-Men versus Avengers in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that. But
then there was the whole Trial of Magneto thing.
Right.
Still in the 80s.
Yeah.
Where Magneto got the purple fucking outfit that he's going to have in the X-Men 97 animated series on Disney.
Cool. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't know. That's a look.
Yeah. So there was that. Shit.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Just X-Men and Avengers.
Okay.
Crossovers.
Yeah. So there was that.
Yeah, right.
Then Onslaught.
Yeah.
The 80s Secret Wars too.
Well, yeah, Secret Wars was the big one. That's when a lot of people got into it. But what I mean is, I just don't remember that many. I mean, they happened, but it wasn't. It didn't happen on a constant.
Yeah,
I remember Spider-Man.
It kind of tapered off in the 90s.
Yeah,
both.
Spider-Man used to be crossovers, always with people.
And then when Bendis came along, he became a member of the Avengers too.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Spider-Man kind of joined the team. Yeah. But Spider-Man always had the connection with the X-Men too, because he's had his
it's been so crazy because up until the MCU, the Avengers obviously were the lesser franchise considered by Marvel.
Yep. I agree with that totally.
Yeah, like the Avengers up until that point, nothing. I couldn't care about the Avengers. Nobody did.
No, they weren't.
Jeff Johns had a run on there.
Yeah.
Nobody cared.
No, they weren't as. They never weren't as. To me, the X-Men were much more.
People cared because Bendis started with Disassembled. And he blew the fucking Avengers all the fucking hell. And then decided to rebuild them up into New Avengers where they put the Sentry on the team. And then he did crazy shit that just was one panel, bing, bang, boom. And then the rest of the issue was either building up to this climactic image for just the cheesecake factor of it,
right?
And then the downslide from that moment, and it just drew everything out into a episodic format that just didn't fit the way comics are structured.
Yeah. It's. I don't know, man. There's. Yeah, I do remember. I had my really good friend of mine he was a big Avengers fan, and I could, and I remember him always was talking to me about, was talking about the Avengers, and I would just tell him, dude, I give two fucks for the about the Avengers.
Yeah,
I don't care. For me,
Iron Man was always a C plus to B minus character.
Yeah, he wasn't. He just definitely wasn't someone I was interested in. I mean,
you got to think before fucking like Iron Man, like whenever Bendis took over, because Bendis had a run on Iron Man that was pretty memorable.
Right.
So probably up until then, like Iron Man having existed as long as the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and all of them basically had two memorable stories.
Yeah.
The Demon in the Bottle, which was his alcoholic story.
Right.
In Armor Wars, where he like went to go steal back his technology, which looks to be some type of adaptation we're getting from the MCU, which is I think is going to be on TV. It's Rhodey's going to star in it. What's his face? I can't. Don Cheadle, right?
Don Cheadle. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I don't know, man. I find that, you know, I tried to read Avengers comics. Honestly, I did. I got bored with them. I just didn't like them. I don't know, for some reason they just didn't hit with me. You know, not like
Jonathan
the movies.
Hickman's is great. Like he has like this run. Oh man, there's so many great moments in it, and like the whole fucking Illuminati bullshit is cool. Like it's so it sounds so cheesy, like it shouldn't work, but it does.
Right.
Like
Illuminati, that's funny.
it takes so much skill to make that much cheese readable.
Yeah. No, it's true. That's a good point. Yeah, it is tough to make something cheesy as fuck actually tolerable. And oh man, that's amazing. Yeah.
Oh man. And so like leading from the Illuminati, man, the latest rumor I saw that I posted it in our chat, man, was Adam Driver for Reed Richards.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Kylo Ren, Mr. Fantastic.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? He'd be a kind of an interesting, a different version. So, a different look.
Going off that, I think like just like what it seems like that they could be thinking, like they have been shy to recast actors.
No. I mean, when it comes to the Fantastic Four, I mean, I don't feel that there's been any actor that is stuck in any of them roles that's played him anyway. But
yeah, like I was thinking he's already in the Marvel universe as Red Guardian, fucking David Harbour. He would have been the perfect Ben Grimmer thing.
Probably.
So I'm like thinking about like who casting Adam Driver as, Mr. Fantastic. Who would you cast as the Thing?
Well, it's a CGI character anyway, but you got to have the voice.
Yeah, you got to have like
the kind of
as ridiculous as the fucking makeup and suit or whatever the fuck it was that Michael Chiklis had. Michael Chiklis's heart came through,
Right. And he was really good.
He was actually like likable.
Yeah, he was. And I don't know. I thought he kind of he fit. He just fit for me.
Yeah.
It worked, but I don't know who. I'm trying to think of somebody that would work other than Chiklis, because I don't know. It's wild. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're not the. That's good. That might be a tougher casting than probably people think it would be.
And then you got to think about the Human Torch.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm
it's like, who the hell do you cast? The Fox X-Men is over. You could cast January Jones as fucking Sue Storm. She's grown as an actress since then. She's a lot better.
Jeez.
Because I can't think of like any. The Fantastic Four has to be so hard to cast.
Yeah, I think so. Because if you try to get too different or get a little too crazy, I mean they tried that a little bit with that most recent Fantastic Four movie. And I thought it was a terrible
Yeah,
movie.
I did.
I couldn't. Oh man, it was bad. So I don't know. I
I'm a
feel like they got
Fantastic
to
Four
they just
fan,
need to
and
stick
I
with,
didn't watch it.
you know, stick with what the character, stick with the looks. Trying to stick with the characters' looks, man. Just don't.
Like, I'm a Fantastic Four fan back when like they had Christophe Bernard. He was the fucking Doctor Doom's hair, and he fucking dressed up in like a mini Doctor Doom suit.
It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the other thing. I kind of I like the Fantastic Four
The
mainly
new book
because,
is excellent too if you ever check it out.
well, I got to reread some of the stuff in the 80s.
Yeah.
And and then they were running Fantastic Four in the 90s too, and that was not that was okay too. The 90s stuff was all right. It was okay.
There were
Um
some questionable moves in Sue Storm's fucking
yeah, I think they were
outfit
trying
history.
I think they were trying to be edgy a little bit and
Dude,
trying
when
to change with the times, but
she was possessed by malice and she got that whole dominatrix look.
yeah, I know she was kind of I liked it though, kind of
She
made her
had
sexy.
then she had like a country like mullet look. Like it
Yeah.
was a straight Sue Storm blonde
Yep.
mullet.
Yep. It was not a great look, but
Then she was in like a fucking half leotard that had
yep.
like the 4 cut out in her breast and then like bikini down one piece.
Yeah, it was almost like they just were trying to like just scantily. Yeah, I don't know. It was
And nobody wants that, man. That's Sue Storm. That's
well,
like, yo, that's the mother of the Marvel universe, man. Stop doing that
she's
creepy type of shit.
the funny thing about her character is that kind of shit doesn't really necessarily match her character either, though. She's a very
She's not fucking Harley Quinn.
right. She's not Harley Quinn exactly. She's not that kind of character. She's almost like the down home kind of girl. She's a sweetheart. She's
Now, I will admit, they recently made her into a spy for Nick Fury.
that's
And that
great.
was kind of interesting. Like, she was getting her, like, excitement out by
Yeah.
fucking doing spy missions for Fury.
It's kind of funny though. I don't know. Oh my God, Fear, Jesus, Fear, man, Fury be trying. Fury gets everybody to work for him, man. God damn,
Oh, yeah.
fucking crazy.
Like, to me, unfortunately, like, they've made it kind of so that, like, Nick Fury Jr. is almost indistinguishable from, like, old man Nick Fury. Except for, like, they've changed Nick Fury into this character called the Unseen.
Yeah.
Because they had this big crossover well, not super big, but big enough. It was Avengers Fantastic Four level crossover.
The Unseen. That's pretty good.
Yeah, where somebody shot the fucking Watcher.
Holy shit.
And stole one of his eyeballs. And you find out it was fucking Nick Fury.
Good Lord.
And at the end of the fucking miniseries, basically what they do is Nick Fury is tried by the Watchers and they decide to make him basically a Watcher himself.
His punishment is he's got to be a Watcher.
Yeah. So, like, the Watchers come back in Fantastic Four, and Dan Slott started this thing that he's been plotting since he was a writer in Marvel called the Reckoning War. And it's a big piece of fucking messy continuity shit. Dan Slott is a dude that on Twitter, if you follow a certain account that parodies him,
Yeah.
he's that thin fucking skinned that he will fucking block you on Twitter for that, no matter how big a fan you are of him.
Jesus Christ. You just can't. I guess he's really, really salty about that.
It's like, what the fuck? He is like,
that's so funny, dude. God
there is a video that I used to send to people when like they would ask me, what's a neck beard, and I would send them a fucking video as Dan Slott at a Comic Con because he's just the smuggest, nastiest little toad fuck ever. There goes my chances ever fucking working for any comic company ever.
Yeah, probably. That's all right. Yeah, he wouldn't like it anyway. It'd be too restricting. Yeah. That's hilarious, though. God damn. I know there are a lot of people out there that are like, and certain celebrities are really, really have really thin skin when it comes to certain things. I don't know. It's sort of funny, but I guess everyone has their little pet peeves. I guess can't handle it.
Yeah, let's get to the Marvel solicitations real quick.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
So Marvel, because Disney owns Fox,
right.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's kind of badass. Okay,
a new Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
Okay.
It's making basically a real point that I guess Rocket fucked over the Guardians and will not be in this team.
Really? So they're gonna like start booting Rocket out, huh? Okay.
Yeah, but they got like a solo. Oh, well, what they've done is they're reprinting the classic like Rocket Raccoon mini from the 80s.
Okay, where he's got
Bill
his
Mantlo.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, yeah,
that's not bad.
They're doing a facsimile. I guess Guardians will be coming out soon for this, so they're trying to get some shit to people's hands. They're doing a Warlock from the 70s by Jim Starlin issue. They're doing a Warlock mini called Warlock Rebirth by Ron Mars and Ron Lim. They're famous for their Silver Surfer run, and Ron Lim was a cover artist for like a whole bunch of shit, like the fucking Infinity Gauntlet and shit when George Perez wasn't doing that shit for Starlin. Guardians has a mini series, it looks like, called The Bane of Blastar. Blastar's coming back, and the Guardians have to fight him.
Blastar.
New Alien series. Looks pretty cool. Then I was talking to the dudes in the chat about this. There's a Sins of Sinister event coming, and so I guess it should probably be hitting comic stores like the end of this month, because from what I'm seeing from this being the April solicits, the Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants is #3 of 3. So yeah, I think probably like January #1 should be hitting. So this is the Sins of Sinister event. It's supposed to be a on the level of Age of Apocalypse event, but revolving around Mr. Sinister being in charge.
Nice.
So then they got Sins of Sinister Dominion. 1,000 years of hell and damnation comes to an end with the loudest scream in history, and for the truly guilty, there is no escape. So it's Mr. Sinister, like, just fucking going wild and shit. One of the titles is called The Immoral X-Men.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
And it looks like Kitty Pryde dressed up almost like Magic with the soul sword and shit, and like a mustachioed, almost like Colossus / Sinister looking Mr. Sinister behind her. Then Nightcrawler is #3, because like a lot of this is supposed to be about like fucking genetic hybrids for the X-Men, but they're all like based around Nightcrawler. So you're finding out why.
That's crazy as shit, dude.
Yeah. Then Avengers Assemble Omega. So this should be, I guess, the finale of Jason Aaron's Avengers,
Okay.
where like it's been the Avengers of 1 million BC and the modern Avengers versus like this every Mephisto from the multiverse. And like then there's the map. They've been going through that fight, and then at the same time there's the fucking Doom above all. So this is like the Doctor Doom that's like gone through the darkest like magic you can think of,
All
and
right. So all
just
powerful and shit. And
yeah, and he
OP.
controls a doomed living planet. So in Doctor Doom / Ego the Living Planet.
Oh wow. All right. Damn.
Yeah, so it's like all this crazy fucking out there as you can figure, like just biggest cosmic crossover you can do
Nice.
ever. It's pretty fucking cool. Like one of the characters also is Tony Stark, not as Iron Man, but as Ant-Man.
Oh boy.
Looks like they're doing Avengers Across Time, which is from Paul Levitz, who was a former DC guy.
Yeah.
Hasn't done much work for Marvel. Avengers Beyond is coming out. Looks like a Wasp story here. Hellcat mini stories. Cosmic Ghost Rider. They're introducing a second Cosmic Ghost Rider in this series.
So there's gonna be 2 Cosmic Ghost Riders.
Yeah, so who knows what the hell it is.
Who is the Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Frank Castle, the Punisher. The
so
story,
the Punisher became
the Cosmic Ghost Rider, right? So first he made a deal with Mephisto,
right.
Then so Mephisto tricked him somehow so that like he couldn't get revenge, so that like the population of the Earth was already gone.
Oh damn!
So like he went
Of course,
crazy.
Mephisto cheated him.
And then like Galactus came finally to eat the Earth. You know, after all the superheroes were gone and there was no resistance, and the only one there was Frank as the fucking Ghost Rider. He's been going crazy for hundreds of years.
Oh,
so
Christ.
Galactus makes him his herald. So he's the fucking Ghost Rider and Power Cosmic fucking Frank Castle.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Who is
he?
Who is totally batshit crazy.
And he's riding around on some motorcycle through space and shit.
Yeah. Fucking banana nuts.
Insane, dude. That's fucking great.
Yeah, like Donny Cates came into Marvel doing all that shit. So we're seeing also a Doctor Strange series. So I guess that means the title called Strange is ending. So it's going to be Doctor Strange and Klee. But it looks like Doctor Strange isn't going to be the Sorcerer Supreme. It's going to be Klee. So we're going to have Klee and Doctor Strange stories.
Oh, nice.
Looking at like a Iron Man tale called I Am Iron Man. Sit back like during 60s or 70s.
Huh.
Spider-Gwen Shadow clones. We're looking at like a Sinister Six themed Gwen clone thing. We got like a Vulture, Sandwoman, Craveness, the Huntress, or a female Rhino and a female Doc Ock on the cover. Kind of cool. Venom Lethal Protector 2 is about, looks like Venom and Silver Sable going up against S.H.I.E.L.D. in Doctor Doom for some reason.
Oh, holy shit.
Hallows Eve. This is a character that came out of Amazing Spider-Man. This is Ben Reilly's girlfriend.
Okay.
Who got some kind of mask from Madeline Pryor in Limbo and became like a new like anti-hero kind of chickie.
Very nice.
Red Goblin is going to be coming out, and it is Norman Osborn's grandson, Normie. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting. So I'm going to check that out. I think it should come out. I don't believe it's come out yet, so it should be by like the beginning of February for
Damn.
that. Amazing Spider-Man. We got a Fantastic Four appearance. Then we're supposed to get some payoff between this. See, like, there's been this mystery since the Spider-Man title started 2 years ago now, because it's the 24th issue.
Right.
Where Peter did something as Spider-Man that's like unforgivable, and like nobody, like, they just skirted around the issue so nobody knows what it is. And like Mary Jane is engaged to another guy with a child, and well, it's not her child, so she's like the stepmom in the family. It's all fucking weird, man. Norman Osborn is a good guy. He's the Golden Goblin. He's trying to like make up for all his mistakes, because in the crossover before all this Spider-Man shit, like with this whole mystery of what Spider-Man did, there was a crossover with a character called Kindred, which was basically a clone of Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
Went crazy and made some kind of deal with the devil and was all demoned out. Well, they resurrected the Sin Eater with like mystical power. So like the Sin Eater, when he like shot you with a shotgun,
right,
like you didn't die. He absolved you of your sin, but he like took your power from you. Well, he did that to Osborn, but Osborn had the Goblin formula, so it was still in his, genetics. So that's who he was.
Okay, all right.
But like now, Norman Osborn has like all of that shit like taken off of his soul, of his soul, supposedly. So like he's supposed to have a clear conscience, and he's working towards like being a good guy, like trying not to be a dick,
right?
Trying not to be the Green Goblin, but he has already gone by the name the Golden Goblin.
Jesus.
So there's that. A lot of John Romita Jr. artwork. I love like his Peter on covers, but a lot of times his interiors I'm not that big of a fan of. I liked his work on Batman though. Mary Jane and Black Cat.
Okay. Now what's up with Mary Jane? Is she supposed to be some kind of like, are they gonna make her some kind of hero now or something?
I think that they're gonna try to make Jackpot a thing.
Really? Jesus Christ. Unreal.
They're trying to monetize everything, man.
I know, but like I feel like we can't have no supporting characters anymore. Everyone's gotta have powers. Everybody's gotta be doing something now. Come on, man.
That's it, man. Just trying to monetize everything. Throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
I hear you. That's true.
You never know what's going to be the next movie, man. Look at
Guardians, you never know what's going to be the big hit. You're right. You're right. Oh, shit.
Where did that go? Oh no!
I think they're often surprised sometimes at what characters will like. We'll get we'll stick with people and people like a lot. It's like I don't know.
Speaking of new dudes, here's Miles Morales, number 5. He's some new guy he's going up against called Rabble. Okay. Carnage, number 12. Big beefy looking Carnage. Standing over Captain America.
Badass.
Venom number 18 is crazy because like they've been going through some crazy like cross time bullshit with Eddie Brock. Dylan Brock, his son, is Venom in the present time with all sorts of different shit, like with a fucking sword and God only knows what else. Then over in Spider-Man, written by Dan Dickless Slott, with art by the great Mark Bagley, the end of the Spider-Verse. So across the Spider-Verse shit and the other one that was before that,
right?
They're basically based on the books that this guy wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's done the end of the Spider-Verse because basically I think he figures it's time to cash out for now.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Sure.
I just hate everything he does.
You fuck it, man. It's
Marvel's Voices Spider-Verse, so it looks like a diversity initiative book from what I'm seeing, but I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it does seem like that. Got a cover by Lionel Francis Yu. He does wonderful work on old school on Wolverine. Phil Jimenez is a brilliant artist. They got a variant cover by him too. Rogue and Gambit, which on this one you see Rogue and Black Panther fighting on the cover.
That's kind of cool.
Well, Gambit's playing fucking pool. Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain. This looks like fucking something out there with like Betsy Braddock like held out by like chains like this and shit with a like cyber Captain Britain. And I'm not sure if who this is. I think it could be Saturnine or Morgan Le Fay. I can't remember who on the cover. So some cool shit. Bishop. I guess Bishop is fighting himself. One version from now, one version from back, like his classic, like first
Jesus
appearance.
Christ, Bishop.
New Mutants book with like the Liefeld crew. Looks like Deadpool and Domino on the cover. Ecstatics book called The Excellent. X-Force, Colossus and X-23 on the cover. Wolverine, whole thing about clones with Wolverine and the Beast starting over back in X-Force. X-23 limited series looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I like X-23. That's a cool character.
I mean, new villain is out for X-23's blood.
Nice.
Looks like some kind of I'm seeing like the spikes on the hands for like Wolverine hand claws, so we might be getting another Wolverine clone here. X-Men 21 is a crossover between X-Men and Captain Marvel, something that was more like from the 70s or 80s, especially since it deals with the Brood. And it has interlocking like 90s covers. Looks pretty cool. I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel either.
Yeah, I don't know. I
they did
I don't know how I feel
X-Men
about
number ones.
Captain Marvel. I feel like it's a, you know, when they try to make like Captain, you know, Captain Marvel, you know, she's the, you know, the femme, the, you know, I don't know. It's a feminist thing, I guess. For me,
she was interesting to me back when Kurt Busiek was writing her. I understand that people think that like this is where she had to go from like how she was written, but I don't think that was there. I think that, you know, Carol could be like one of the most sympathetic characters in the Marvel universe, and that is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not at all. But they've made it a bad thing. You know, it's been turned into a bad thing. And, you know, I don't know. I don't.
It's not interesting to me.
Yeah.
According to Marvel and Hasbro stock fucking profiles, if you look at them from their declarations, if you're a stockholder, the largest market that they still acknowledge is the older collector market now. From 25 to 39.
Well, that's true. That's who buys most of their toys.
I'm a little older than that, but fuck, that's me too, man.
Yeah, that's who buys their toys, man. You know, they're not. I mean, I'm not saying kids don't. I'm sure there are some kids, but most kids aren't. You know, I mean, especially older like versions of characters that would, you know who that's for.
Like this Warlock shit isn't going to catch on with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nah, it's
him coming out in that movie. I'm so worried about this, and like, and then like, I can't avoid like how I'm going to feel about Guardians, coloring how I'm going to feel about the whole James Gunn DC bullshit either.
Yeah. I don't know.
Marvel. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it could surprise you. You might, you know, it could be good. I don't know. It's what I'm worried about is are they gonna start like as far as the movies go, are they gonna start like are we gonna start having are we ever gonna start linking comics to movies? You know?
Well, it's that no matter what anybody says, the source material has been used to influence the movies.
No, it has, definitely has.
Is it a carbon copy exactly of the source material?
No,
Obviously not.
no, but I think it's some of the stuff it can't. It just makes more sense to change certain things,
Yeah.
you know. So for the movie wise, but I mean, I'm wondering, are we ever gonna have a movie where there's where they stick to more of the comic book version and not change so much, you know? That's all
I don't think from Marvel's side
no,
because they haven't shown the proclivity to do a solo project.
that's true.
Like the closest you get on screen to anything like page to screen is the Batman shit, man.
See,
Where
I think the Batman stuff is good. I mean,
like the
yeah,
solo Batman shit. I'm not talking about the
yeah,
Justice League shit. I'm
right.
talking
No,
about
I hear you.
from '89
Yep.
to through Christopher Nolan.
No,
I
you're
mean,
right.
those are the moments that you see from Batman.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Marvel's got an event coming up called Cold War, which is Bucky going butt nuts again, fighting against Captain America, kidnapping Captain America's son Ian. Got that going up into Captain America Symbol of Truth number 12. Captain America Unforgiven about some kind of undead bullshit. I don't know. New Silver Surfer mini, Silver Surfer Ghostlight. It's a new character, Ghostlight, that they introduced in this Silver Surfer mini. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be some big deal coming up in like some cosmic crossover for Marvel down the road. Steve Scroce is doing a Thing book. Steve Scroce writing and art, and he's got like a real distinct style. He's got a Ben Grimm Wolverine cover here on the front too, which is
Oh,
pretty dope.
nice.
Fantastic Four, being written by Ryan North right now, is freaking awesome. This goes up to number 6. I haven't read that far yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm on number 3. But I really like what they're doing. It seems like Marvel's in this trip where there's this mystery that has gone on and nobody knows what it is, and then the book is building to it. They're doing that hook in Fantastic Four, and they've done it in Spider-Man, and I think they've done it in another book. I'm not sure that I like it, but with Spider-Man, as much as I like it with Fantastic Four, it seems to work a lot more with Fantastic Four. Because essentially, Fantastic Four should be like some kind of genre book.
Right.
Fantastic Four is like pure pulp.
No, true.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying this run from Ryan North. Even Fiorelli on the art, covered by Alex Ross. I love Alex Ross's work, anyways. I think people even outside of comics know Alex Ross.
Yeah.
There's a Wasp miniseries by Al Ewing. Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, which is a character they've introduced. I haven't read much about her.
Okay, I read a little bit about. I heard a little bit about it, but I haven't heard much of the details on her origin, where she comes from, what
Yeah,
I don't know much about it. I just know that I just know a little bit, but that's cool. That's not that.
Yeah.
So when is that's actually gonna be a comic unto itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a mini series. This says number 3 of 5. So if you go to your local comic shop, you might be able to find 1 or 2 already by now.
Yeah.
Probably number 1, or you can just ask and they'll tell you when it comes out.
Right.
And something like this, they could probably get for you anyways on back order.
Probably.
Next book is an interesting thing. They're trying to make the Scarlet Witch a more mainstream thing because it never really has been, outside of like her runs in Avengers and West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
So it's written by Steve Orlando, who's great. Art by Sarah Pacelli, who's great. Her interiors are some of the best in comics. The hook to this one is like the Scarlet Witch is running a store, like a occult store, but like the hitch of it is like her magic only allows like people that need her to enter the store.
Nice.
So it's not like, somebody just like with a problem, like, oh, my boyfriend left me, please curse him, some bullshit like that. She only gets like, oh my god, Mephisto's in my bedroom, please get him out, We got Deadpool, a homage to Ghost on the cover. Iron Man number 5. So this is like the 50th Iron Man reboot in the last few years, just like everything else. Looks like Emma Frost on the cover. Emma Frost, I believe, is supposed to be dating Captain America, and that's part of that Cold War
over and over again
crossover. The new She-Hulk book is made it to number 12. Going to have a variant cover by Adam Hughes, who always does beautiful covers. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a She-Hulk book, Law and all this bullshit. Hulk is going on to number 14, written by Ryan Otley, and this is going to have Titan in control, which is supposed to be like, the Devil Hulk on steroids. So that should be interesting. They finished just in time, I guess, upcoming for the Marvels movie. Monica Rambeau, a Photon book. She used to be Captain Marvel in the 80s.
Right.
Here's the lady with the black and white costume. She was the black lady from New Orleans. Now they got, after that, they got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah, so it used to be Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur, but now like they changed it. So like Devil Dinosaur is with this young lady who is like Moon Girl. I can't remember her name off the top. Let me see if they give it to me up here. I think her name might be Lunella, and she's supposed to be like Reed Richards level smart.
Oh wow, okay.
And so she pals around with Devil Dinosaur and they get into like adventures and shit.
Okay.
It sounds good for a kid's title, man.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah.
I've seen her animated on like the Disney Channel and shit, so I know that's out there too. Torren Grönbeck is writing Thor, and it looks like we're getting Thor versus Doom story. Looks pretty freaking cool. Punisher has been interesting. Punisher's becoming Marvel's God of War.
That's kind of cool.
Marvel's been doing a Joe Fixit book with basically the Hulk as Joe Fixit versus the Kingpin. On this one, they got like I guess he's going to go against like the Sinister Six or some shit because Electro and Rhino are on the cover fighting Mr. Fixit. Moon Knight is coming out. Midnight Man is like the secondary character in that, dealing with him and Tigra. That should be interesting. Ghost Rider's been like a trippy ride ever since they introduced Exhaust earlier in this title.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some Danny Ketch shit in it.
Okay.
Ghost Rider's a fun ride. Daredevil is doing something with Elektra. It's Matt and Elektra versus the Hand again, I guess. Damn. Predator, first issue I haven't seen yet, is coming out. They're doing a Darth Vader black, white, and red. Jason Aaron and Peach Momoko and Torren Grönbeck are writing. Peach Momoko art. Cover's interesting. And again, the only colors that will be in it are white, black, and red.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's kind of, I love like stupid art shit like that.
I like when they do. I like when they do alternate covers and shit, like collectible shit. So I don't know.
And like the storytelling going into trying to do like a whole book like that is something to be said for too.
For sure.
Star Wars: The High Republic is still going on. Hidden Empire is going to be ending on this one. This is the story of Kira from the from the Han Solo movie.
Right.
Her trying to get revenge on the Empire, like her versus Vader and fucking the Emperor and shit.
Holy shit.
Kind of interesting. Yoda's going to a number 6. Fucking cool ass cover. Let's see who did it. I can't tell who did the cover. But cool shit. Sana Staros miniseries, another new character introduced.
Yeah.
There's an Ewoks book coming out this month with a really trippy color with like a Ewok like looking off into the distance with fire in his eyes.
Oh shit.
Bounty Hunter's book is coming out number 33. Just looks like a normal fucking, generic Star Wars like cover. That's when you know Star Wars books are in trouble.
Yeah.
The quality always goes down when the fucking art becomes like more of a chore and disconnected from the fucking, story. Dr. Aphra is still chugging along.
I think that they're stretching Star Wars out an awful lot. It's got so much. I almost feel like we're being
Oh dude, I'm not even done with how many fucking titles they still got. There's still this one here, which is Star Wars 33, and it's Luke versus fucking Vader in a match where like Luke is lost his connection to the Force. And then here's another one, Darth Vader 33. Vader's lost his control of the Force.
Yeah, it's just oversaturation right now. I think
it is, man. Yeah, and then they got a bunch of collections coming out too. But one thing interesting about the collections is Marvel seems to be reprinting the old cross-gen shit. So I guess Marvel owns went back and bought cross-gen.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like CrossGen had some crazy titles back in the day that were like more fantasy based, like with a pirate title, a couple martial arts titles, more in like looking more like a fantasy or steampunk based superhero shit too, which is really interesting.
Damn.
Yeah, those are the solicits for April for both Marvel and DC. So man, that's some interesting shit coming out.
Yes, it's interesting. I just I don't know. I was talking to my daughter about the whole thing with Star Wars, and she was she told me, she said, "You remember when I told you years ago? I told you Disney would fuck Star Wars up," and I said, "Well, I don't know if they're messing it up." I said, "What it is? It's just they're just fucking bang for the buck, man. They're getting everything they can out of it, And she said, "Well, she goes, it's one thing if they were doing a lot of quality stuff." And I said, "Well, there is some quality stuff they're doing." And she said, "Yeah." She goes, "But there's a lot of trash shit that they're doing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have to agree with you." It's kind of like, I mean, I didn't, the Boba Fett series. I mean, I really tried to enjoy it. I tried to enjoy it a lot. It just wasn't good for me. I liked Obi-Wan to an extent. What saved Obi-Wan was that last episode for me. I mean, but because even Obi-Wan was hard, and I'm an Obi-Wan Kenobi fan. He's like one of my favorite characters.
I like the first confrontation between them also.
I kind of did too, because the reason why I liked it is because it showed that Obi-Wan was not right. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't right yet.
It seemed like an homage to like slasher movies to me.
Kinda, in a way, yeah. The stalker kind of thing where he's just
like fucking Jason stepping out from behind and fucking slashing with his fucking machetes. Like the vibe Vader had there.
Absolutely. And I
fucking with him.
And I said, I told her, I said, "Well, Mandalorian's good." She said, "Yeah." She likes the Mandalorian. She said, that's a good show. She said, "But she goes, she's waiting for them to kind of fuck that up too."
He's calling you a fake ass fan, by the way.
Of what? Of Star Wars or Eagles?
No, fuck it, probably the Eagles.
I'm not a fake ass fan. I'm watching the game right now, shithead.
What's the score?
And the Eagles just scored. It's 30. It's about to be 38-7. Kenneth Gainwell just took off and ran a big long ass touchdown run. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, dude, what am I supposed to do? Holler and hoot? I knew the Eagles were going to beat them. They got to beat them. The Giants can't hold the Eagles fucking jock. They're not. They shouldn't be on the same field with them. It's disgusting. Of course they're going to beat their ass. All I kept hearing was that last game of the season. Well, there was a close game. Man, the Eagles weren't even trying to play offense hardly. They were just bullshitting, man. Fucking Giants are not in the Eagles class. They're just way. There you go, E. Is that enough? Is that enough Giant men on the bashing for you?
I think so. It's already 11 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get on out of here.
That's
Thanks,
fine.
everybody
We can
that
do
showed
that.
up in the chat this week. And we'll go ahead and get a hangout soon.
All right, that's cool. Give me time to go use the bathroom and shit and get my stuff together. I'll hop in for a little while tonight. That's cool.
All right, man. As we say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
Adios, guys.